Dear followers, my dear designers, welcome back. In my last video, remember we measured our hip and our bust, and that is the beauty of Lutterloh. You don't need to measure shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, and so on and so forth. You need just two measurements: your bust measurement and your hip measurement. It doesn't matter whatever style you're sewing from the 280 styles in the Lutterloh category. It doesn't matter whether you're making a shirt, a blouse, a skirt, a short, a trouser, a sundress, a suit. The principle is the same. All you need is just bust and hip measurement. So, to remind us, we started our journey. We've got our bust and our hip measurement. The first pattern we are going to trace is the front part of our waistcoat. So I fold it so that I can illustrate some things. Look closely at the pattern. As you can see, there is a cross in this pattern. This cross is found on all the patterns that you will find in the Lutterloh catalog, and it is very significant. You can also notice that there are some dark points from which you see lines that have numbers. That are the points of the tracing we are going to do. Remember, I've measured my bust and I have my measurement to be 94 cm. Measured the hips to be 112 cm. What am I going to do with these two measurements? Remember, bust measurements are used to trace all the points from the waist upwards. That means every point from the waist point here, this point here, this point here, all these points from the waist upwards, we use the bust measurement to trace it. All the points below the waist, we use the hip measurement to trace it. So that means that we're going to use that 94 to all my points from my waist upwards, and we're going to use 112 to trace all the points below the waist. I know for some of you, you are not understanding what I'm saying, but don't worry. Continue to follow me. I will keep repeating myself. By the time you follow me on my blog, as I repeat myself, you get used to it. And you ask yourself, what have you been doing without Lutterloh system? As I said, all you need is the basic rudiments of sewing to be able to appreciate the Lutterloh system. So I will stop here for today and hope that in our next posting we will start our tracing. So have a fine day. I'll see you next time.